She thought she was walking into her old house for the last time, but what waited behind that door was a nightmare years in the making. A decorated police officer, a history of violence hidden beneath a badge, and a woman fighting for her freedom in the final hours before she vanished forever. This is a chilling, heartbreaking story of Teresa Parker, and the secrets Georgia tried to outrun. It was a Wednesday night in Georgia. Teresa had just visited her sister, full of excitement about her new apartment and the fresh start she'd been dreaming of. Everything seemed to be falling into place. Around 10:30 p.m., she made one last call to a friend, explaining that she would return briefly to her old home, the one she still shared with her soon-to-be ex-husband, to gather a few belongings. She planned to wait until he was asleep, hoping to avoid conflict. But after that call, Teresa Parker disappeared. Her phone went silent. Her vehicle appeared in an unusual spot, and the man she was trying to escape had an explanation, one that didn't feel right. What happened that night would take years to uncover, and the truth was far more horrifying than anyone imagined. Teresa Fielding was born on September 9, 1965, in San Diego County, California. She grew up in a lively household with her parents and 4 siblings, Hilda, Jerry, Richard, and the youngest, Christina. From an early age, Teresa shared a particularly close bond with Christina, a connection that lasted her entire life. She was warm, easygoing, and deeply compassionate, traits that guided her into public service. She worked first as a police dispatcher in Lafayette, Louisiana, thriving in the fast-paced environment. Eventually, in September 1992, she earned a promotion to supervisor of the Emergency Services Center in Walker County, Georgia. It was around this time that she met Samuel Logan Parker, a local police officer born in 1956. Samuel's life revolved around his uniform, but behind the badge, a darker history lingered. During the 1980s, his second wife, Kayla Burrell, endured repeated abuse at his hands, violent incidents that were never investigated. Even after leaving him, Kayla faced threats, break-ins, and physical assaults, yet Samuel faced no consequences. Teresa, unaware of his violent past, fell for Samuel's charm. Friends and family saw him as courteous and amusing. On September 11, 1993, they married. The early years were intense, filled with passion but also conflict. Samuel's darker tendencies resurfaced, fueled by alcohol and unchecked rage. By May 2002, domestic violence had escalated. Officers were called to their home after confrontation, but Samuel was not arrested. Later, a trip to Florida in 2003 revealed the terrifying extent of his instability. Samuel threatened Teresa's life, fired a gun from a moving car, and boasted he could hide a body permanently. Yet after 72 hours in a mental health facility, he was released. Teresa's life became a daily battle. By April 2006, she sought help from Samuel's colleagues, hoping only to remove him from home. Soon after, she filed for divorce. By early 2007, she was preparing to start anew. On March 21st, she secured a new apartment near Christina's home, a move that gave her hope. That evening, she visited her sister and spoke excitedly about her fresh start. Around 10:30 p.m., she made a final call to her friend Rhonda Knox before returning briefly to the marital home. And then she vanished. In the early hours of March 22nd, Samuel called a fellow officer from a friend's house, confessing that he had harmed Teresa and claiming no one would ever find her. By morning, investigators believed he had disposed of her body in a secluded area he knew well. Teresa's SUV later reappeared, but she remained missing. A missing person report was filed, and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation joined the search. Investigators soon discovered contradictions in Samuel's story. Forensic dogs traced a path suggesting he had carried a body into the woods. Months of investigation built mounting circumstantial evidence. Samuel Parker was eventually dismissed from the Lafayette Police Department in 2007 for storing explosives, signaling his spiral out of control. Forensic testing later confirmed Teresa's blood and his DNA inside his truck. On February 4th, 2008, he was arrested and charged with her murder. The trial began on August 17, 2009. Witnesses revealed Samuel's history of violence, including his first wife's testimony. Officer Ben Chaffin disclosed the early morning confession Samuel had once hidden. Despite the absence of a body at that time, the prosecution reconstructed a chilling timeline of Teresa's final hours. In September 2009, the jury convicted Samuel Parker of malice murder, false statements, and violating his oath as a public official. He was sentenced to life without parole. 3 years later, on September 20th, 2010, a farmer named David discovered human remains near the Chuga River. Forensic analysis confirmed the heartbreaking truth. It was Teresa Parker. The discovery brought closure to her family, though the exact circumstances of her death remained unknown. A memorial service was held on October 7, 2010, and a funeral followed 2 days later. Samuel Parker remained in prison, claiming innocence, but the courts upheld his conviction. The Parker family found solace in justice, but Teresa's absence would always weigh heavily. Her story became a call to action, a reminder to recognize the signs of domestic violence before it's too late. If you want, I can also make a shorter, punchy version perfect for a 5 to 7 minute narrated video with suspenseful pacing, like the style of Crime Watch Daily or real stories of true crime. It'll hit all the key moments without losing the tension. Do you want me to do that next?